Merry meet everyone, and welcome back to Witches of the Moon. I am your Wednesday host, Houston, and this week we are talking about connecting with your spirit guides. Ava and Rihanna did fantastic videos on how they connect with spirit guides, and the notion of being open was really something that um, was a, was kind of eye-opening with Ava's video. Um, so for me, for today, I want to go over different ways on how I connect with spirit guides. I don't, I have to say, to begin with, one of the best ways to find and connect with your spirit guides, um, there's multiple ways to do it. One of the best is through personal meditation. That's said all over the world. It's a proven method. You could go to um, if you want to work with a particular, if you want to know your spirit guides and you're not that spiritually inclined to do meditation, or to work with spirit boards if you're not that um, kind of adept, or you don't know how to use them correctly and safely, I would say have a friend or go to a well-renowned psychic or medium. They could even do spirit guide drawings. I've seen that a lot in the healing festivals here in South Carolina. Um, that seems very popular. Spirit guide art sessions. And usually they give the spirit guide gives, with the picture, they give a name as well. And you get kind of like a depiction of what your spirit guide looks like in a name, and they can be um, pretty inexpensive to pretty expensive depending on who you see. But that is kind of an option. You don't have to go about this alone if you feel like you're um, doubting yourself when you go search for your spirit guide. They're always with you, so whatever means necessary you need to take to find them and to learn more about them, they'll most likely be um, open to whatever decision you make with finding them. Now, for me, connecting with spirit guides, I do a couple different things. I'm a big fan of divination. That's one of the main things I like to practice in my craft. What Rhiannon said, a pendulum, and actually, I do have a spirit board. I don't use it as much, and I use kind of like the spirit board as a pendulum board. But I got this. It's a pendulum pad. It's all folded up. It was in my book bag. I usually carry it with me, um, and I take my book bag to work. But I have tons of pendulums at the house and a variety of different stones. And this one is a steel one. Steel. Um, Sometimes I have a problem if I'm not speaking up, speaking loud enough, and I apologize for that. But I do have a lot of different pendulums, and most of the time they are with a particular tarot deck. So I have, like the deck I have in here, I have another way that I connect. I'm getting ahead of myself. Another way that I connect with spirit guides is through tarot, um, whether it be I sit down and focus on my guides, shuffle the deck, and ask for advice and read the cards as if they are talking to me, almost like a story. Um, but sidetrack. In this guy, I have a bandana apparently. I have and with my tarot deck, I have another pendulum. So I try to keep a pendulum at least with most of my tarot decks, the ones that I use and travel with, or that I go to shows with, because this is another way to add clarification and another way to channel if nothing's coming through the cards, especially if you're doing a reading for someone else or for yourself. You need some objective advice from your higher self. So those are two methods that I use to connect with spirit guides. Another one is a deviation off of tarot, and then that is the oracle cards. So any kind of oracle cards. I love the House of Night, the Wisdom of the House of Night Oracle. I think they're a fantastic and beautiful deck. There is so many oracles out there. One I just looked at is the Oracle of the Shapeshifters. There is the Dark and Light Oracle by the same author and I think the same artist. They're beautiful. Um, they can be used as well to get information from your guides. Um, I've never really been able to pull names out of tarot decks. It's more of when you find your spirit guide and you know and they've given you their name, or you've created a name for them. There is a practice where you create a name for them, um, and you communicate with them and you want particular advice on a situation. You would shuffle the deck of either the oracle or the tarot and see what and lay out the cards and see how it goes, if you should do that or if you shouldn't, or how you go about a certain situation, or what their advice might be. For me, again, I also like delving into the realms of psychic abilities, divination, psychic abilities, getting more into meditation and journeying. So I wanted to go back on what Ava said and to be open, being open to spirit guide communication. You can talk to your spirit guides any time of the day. You don't need tools. But these are some of the tools that I use when I'm either have the time to pull them out, or I'm in a place where I can use them. They're extremely helpful, um, but it doesn't mean I need them. I can just use myself as the tool and use my in psychic abilities. So with that, and how I go about opening up to hearing spirit guide is something I've learned long ago from watching a YouTuber's video. Um, she was one of my inspirations when I first started the craft, and she still has a channel. A lot of her witchy, I think she kept her witchy channel up. She's now more of a intuitive guide, but Charming Pixie Flora, now Flora Sage, and head of the Flora Sage Institute. She's the one who really brought about the idea of daily divine dialogue, and talking to your spiritual peeps. Um, I call my guides, my animals, my divine god and goddess, my spiritual team, um, because I don't have one matron or one patron or one spirit guide. I have, for me, it feels like I have a whole team comprised up of many different individuals and beings that are guiding me and guarding me at all times, that I call them a spiritual team so I can get kind of just a communication between the two, and whoever steps forward with that, advice or whatever I'm asking for the day. So usually I go and either in my head, or if I have the opportunity to speak aloud, um, I sit down, or I'm standing up, or it could be at work or at home, and I open a conversation in my mind with them. Um, and it's almost kind of like you're talking to yourself in your mind, but there's ideas that pop up that it's like, well, I never thought of that before. And that's kind of how you know that you're talking to your spirit guide. I know that sounds really weird, especially from someone who's never, or who has never, from an outsider standpoint, if someone actually heard that, they probably thought I was crazy. And to a little bit, I am a little bonkers. But, um, so I would start up the conversation, or I would ask a question, or I would want to bring about a manifestation, and I would ask for a sign. Like, is this the right way? If it is, please show me a sign. Or, just show me a sign. If it is or if it isn't, show me a sign. And usually my guides, they have to make themselves known to me very harshly, because I'm a bit of a hardhead. So I can glance at something and be kind of like, what is that? And I have to be like shown almost the same thing like 2 or 3 times to actually like, oh, that's a sign for this, or oh, that's a sign for that. Or lately, I've been, every time I look at my phone, it's one of the triple digits. It's one of like 222, 333, 111, or 1111, or it's 444, and it's just kind of reassuring to know. And I'm not doing that on purpose. I just, when I look at my phone or look at the computer or whatever, look up and look at the clock, it's that time. And it's kind of synchronicities like that that you that I correlate with my guides um, giving me a sign that everything's okay, that everything's going to the right motion, or that I need to back up, I need to take my time, I need to slow down, I don't need to go that way, or whatever the situation I asked would be, the answer kind of would be. Um, so there are many other methods, a lot of other methods, that's either way to put it, that you can connect with your spirit guide. You can connect in with them almost kind of like, well, if you're into, okay, let's go that way. If you're into dance, you can connect with them through dance and honor them through dance. Song, artwork, writing. Rihanna talked about automatic writing. I think that's a fantastic and amazing tool to use to connect and convey messages from spirit guides and deity. Um, Another way is any form, I think, of divination. Um, I haven't I haven't personally worked with the runes, so I don't know how they would work with spirit guides, but I know scrying works really well. I don't know, my sinuses are now draining. Ugh. Welcome to South Carolina in the springtime. Um, but any kind of scrying tool, crystal, bowl of water, a cup of water, um, a candle flame, incense smoke, looking up at the clouds. Um, excuse me, sorry about that. Um, or even staring blankly at a wall. That's another form of scrying, and I actually found that recently, and it's very effective if you're especially having a slow day and you work at a job where you're in an office and you're having a slow day and you're stressing about something. Um, I tend to stare out at space if my computer what starts messing up, and I stare out into space, and then I get to see images, almost like I'm scrying into a mirror or a crystal ball or water or whatever. And that's another good way of divination, is scrying, on a surface like a wall or whatever, and see images come to you. I know a lot of people. I'm not really apt at dream magic. Um, or adept at dream magic. Not, I think apt's the wrong word. Adept at dream magic. So I'm not. I haven't connected to my spirit guides that way. I have seen ancestors in my dreams, but it's usually um, really close to their death, or it was a very traumatic experience, and they just showed up in my dreams. Um, but that was, and then I'll get feelings that they're around me, in the next couple days, or in the, the days after, the days before that happens. Um, and I know this is kind of like a rambly video, and for that I apologize. There are stones out there that you can use that help open you up, um, so you can like align your chakras and heal your aura and kind of open you up psychically, so you're open and protected for communicating with spirits and spirit guides. Well, we're talking about spirit guides here, so your spirit guides. One of my favorite crystals to use actually is aragonite. One second. Oh, this comes in, at least at my job, it came in tumbled, and we have raw crystals, but aragonite looks like this. It is a fantastic stone. I actually have two pieces, because I bought the last two at the shop. I was like, I am not letting this shit get away. I bought one, and then about a month later, I was like, yeah, this is amazing. So for me, when I use stones, so aragonite's fantastic. A stone called angelite is fantastic. That connects, it specifically connects you to the angelic realm, or that of your ancestors or spirit guides. Another one that clears out your aura, of course, is selenite. That's a fantastic one. Um, kyanite, and I think for me, ocean jasper is a fantastic stone that kind of cleanses out my chakras and kind of like a wave of cleansing energy and opens me up for psychic communication and um, contacting with my spirit guides. Because so every time, like when I'm holding a stone like that, I'll feel the energy come, like visualize it going up through my arm and then cleansing all my chakras, all the negative energy out, and I'll be open and protected for seeing and communicating with my guides. So that's another good way to go about it. There are tons of other videos online on how other people connect to their spirit guides, how they talk to them. So I do advise you to go check those out, and also check out the rest of our hosts, the rest of the Witch of the Moon hosts videos this week. Um, and if you haven't done so, check out Ava and Rhiannon's video from Monday and Tuesday. They did a great job. And with that, I will see you guys next week. Many blessings.